In a universe where life does not end at death, we explore the infinite possibilities forged by our very minds. Welcome to Arthadian Anthologies. Before we get started, I just want to inform you that this series was recorded over Discord. If the quality dips, it's due to connection issues. Greetings, fellow travelers and storytellers. Welcome to the Hunter Epilogue series, featuring Caliber. Follow along as you learn about the hunt that has been ongoing throughout the core. As we flash back again, in cycle 119 ACR, a Redicon couple, one male and one rare female, have a child. They had a child cycles before. In fact, it was only just one cycle before. The child was young, but one mark as they were at the base of the tree of Moriot, the father could feel a presence lingering within the deep, dense forest behind him. He stood and he began approaching it. The female Redicon stood and looked over towards her mate and reached out to him to try to grab him, and he looked back at her. And he said to her, "I am tired of running. I can feel something." And she looked at him and was frightened, but also knew deep within her mate's heart he wanted to face the forbidden region that struck terror into the hearts and minds of all their people. Due to this, The female Redicon held her child close, and she followed her mate. They entered into the forbidden regions, and as they did so, they traveled for some time. Every now and then, an Agralock would come by, along with its children. And the male Redicon would have to keep them at bay. As they continued moving forward, they'd rest in the trees, and then wake up the next morning and continue to travel. The male specifically was looking for any signs of potentially his brothers, people who were considered missing, gone missing within the forbidden regions. They continued on until finally they came to a clearing with the night sky looming down on them and the moon of Exen, its light peering through this clearing. As they moved forward, the female Redicon reached out her hand to her mate and said, "Wait, we shouldn't." But he wanted to go forward. He felt something. And as he moved forward, he felt a presence come over him, and a cloud of smoke washed over him as he disappeared, and she ran in. And as she did, she too disappeared. Caliber. As you have your eyes closed. You are having the same nightmare that you've had every night since you've been alone, since you've been in the cage. You feel the presence of this gaseous entity looming over you, and you see its energy is flowing around and saying, "It will fetch for a high price down in the predicament. Yes, we will sell it. To the red eye. And since then, you've been traded. And you are down below in these cities, place where you can't feel the lifeblood. You feel disconnected from not only your mother, your father, but who you are. Marks pass, months, arrays, even cycles. People walk by. You are given scraps of food to keep your strength up. Yet, it is not enough. You see, every now and then someone stops to look at you, and then you hear them speaking in some kind of language that is hard to make out, but you start to kind of get the gist of it. And you hear, "How much for that little guy right there? That one right there?" And you see, every now and then there's actually someone that rotates, trying to sell you. And you see this prime fellow who's asking how much for you. It's like, "That one right there is going to be around 5,000 volts. He's like, "Too much." And you see him, the guy goes over and purchases something else. And this happens many, many a times. Every now and then the price will drop, or it will increase based off of the type of person who's trying to sell you, or the type of person who's trying to buy you. But the times in which they get closer to purchasing you, something happens that causes them to not. And you are stuck there. You don't know where your mom, or your dad is, your mother and father. You can't help but see their figures, but at the very moment that they disappear, and this is always in your nightmares. And then finally, you see someone walk up to the booth, and you see the guy who's supposed to be selling you is over in the corner laying down, and he has a hat on, and it's covering his face. And he looks over. This figure looks over towards you. You've never seen any creature like this, actually. Looks like they have some kind of like darkish, very, very dark green skin. They have a round head. They're very short. You are currently inside your crate. And you hear in your head a voice speak to you. Randomly. It's strange. You hear, "Hello, child. How long have you been here?" What do you do?
I don't know.
You don't know.
Feels like years.
Oh. He looks over towards the person who's supposed to be selling you, and he says, "You're a Reticon, and none of your people have come to try to rescue you?
No.
Do they know that you're missing?"
I don't know.
You see him walk over towards the guy. He's like, "How much for the Reticon?" And then you see the guy lifts up his hat. He's like, you want the Redicon? And he looks at you, he's like, a Nigonian wanting a Redicon? Why do you want a Redicon? I just want a Redicon. Why is that your business? How much for it? And he looks over, it's like, 3,000 volts. 3,000 volts. Done. And you see he pulls out a volts chip, slides it over. Like, all right, cool. And he goes and grabs the volts chip. He's like, all right, well then, shall you open the crate? Don't you want to take the crate with you? I mean, it's a Redicon. He's going to grow taller than you and probably crush you into bits unless you're able to tame him. I'll be able to tame him. Open the crate. And you see he goes over and he opens the crate. You feel weak. Actually, roll me an endurance check. Endurance. Oh, I'll roll it. Sorry. Technical difficulties on his end.
Yep, don't got my character sheet at the moment.
It is alright. It is alright. Let me find the endurance. Yes, there it is. Oh, I rolled a 3.
Oh no.
Yeah, you
And the 10.
you're able to at least stand up and kind of wobble over, but it is really hard to keep your footing. At the moment, and as you move over to him, you see the Nugonian puts his arm around you. You are about a foot taller than him at this point, even though you're only you don't know exactly how old you are. You're probably it's been a long time. You don't know how long it's been, but he puts his arm around you. He's like, let's go, all right? And as you guys begin to move through this cityscape, you see he takes you over to a pod. The pod opens up its door, sliding upward, and then he goes and helps you in. And as you get helped in, you see a pilot there with what looks like it looks like he actually has this ringed hat on. It looks similar to the one that you wear, actually. And as he looks back, he's like, "Oh, Father, you picked up a Redicon, looks like." And you see this fella is a Prime, and he has a goatee, and he also looks Kron in nature, and he has these really his eyes almost like spiral around, and they lock on to you carefully, and then they maneuver a bit. It's like, oh, and he's an Arvesk too. Looks like his skin tone has quite the pigment as well. How rare is this one? And Father looks over at him and is like, I haven't really figured that out yet, but perhaps when he is well rested, we'll get to know more about this child here. Child, do you have a name? From what you know, you don't.
Name. Just product.
He's got no name, which means that his title's gonna be his name, huh? Huh, Father? Perhaps we'll figure it out. In the meantime, let us go back to base. Take us there. Sure thing, Father. And then you see he goes and begins to pilot the pod. Up. 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 And then out of the atmosphere of this planet. Of this purple planet with what looks like this design layout of its entire surface. And then finally, you reach space, the darkness of it. You feel the pod suddenly creates a gravitational field for you to rest. And you see Father looks over at you. At least that is why he's being called. And he says, "Rest, child. We will be at base shortly. Rest, and you will receive sustenance." What do you do?
Albert lays his head down and goes to sleep on the frickin' Nugonian.
Okay. You go to sleep. As you sleep, it almost feels like you begin to imagine yourself in this long hallway, and you see multiple figures all to your left and to your right as you go down this hallway. And at the end of the hallway is this father figure, and he stands there, and they all are looking to him and then looking to you as you walk down this hall, and you see them all begin to kneel. As you reach the end, you then feel the sudden urge to kneel. Do you do so?
Yes.
You kneel, and then you hear Father speak. Rise, child. As you rise, he places his hand on your shoulder, and as he does so, you get this sense of wanting to hunt, wanting to hunt for prey, but in order to hunt for this prey, you need to train, and you need to become a hunter. And as he releases your shoulder He says, "Open the armory." And you suddenly see behind you it almost looks like there are multiple armored sets, and there are multiple areas of what looks like weapons, from light weapons, medium, heavy, and light ranged and heavy ranged. "We are going to test you. And upon testing you, discover who you are. And when you discover who you are, you will know what you must do. This will take cycles, but you will be molded into one of us." Do you understand?
Yes, Father.
Good. He smiles. And then you suddenly wake up. And as you wake up, you find yourself in a bed. Inside a metallic chamber, you see a viewer of space. And you also see beside your bedside is a codex shelf. And then also there is a table next to it with a full plate of food. What do you do?
I was gonna sit up and get out of the bed, grab a piece of the food, and take a look around.
Alright, you sit up, grab a piece of the food, begin to eat it. It tastes amazing. I'm gonna roll you a discipline check with a natural 1.
Yeah, that's on par for caliber.
It tastes so amazing that you can't help but sit back down and just start scarfing it down your throat. You eat it all, and it satisfies you. You feel very satisfied, actually. Like very satisfied. And as that happens, you finish it, and then the door slides open, and you see that other hunter that you saw with the hat on that was piloting the pod. He enters inside, and he looks down at you. He's like, "Kid, you're up? Cool. Good to see you. Alright, here, follow me." And he begins to walk out. And he waits for you as you walk out, and the door closes up, and you see just this long hallway that curves around. As he begins to walk down the hallway, he goes up to a lift. The door slides open, and as you go inside of it with him, he looks down at you. "Right now, we're going to do an assessment to see exactly what your where you're best going to be located on our station. Sound good?"
Okay.
Alright, good. And he smiles at you. The name's The name's Rex, by the way. Hunter Rex. And he goes to shake your hand.
Hello, Hunter Rex.
I'm sure you're probably not comfortable with all of this right now, huh?
It's a lot. It's
Yeah.
a big change from the cage.
Not to worry, we all came from humble beginnings. I guess that's the best way to put it. But you'll find that father is very convincing and very caring to the children that are able to complete their tasks accordingly. All you gotta do is pay attention, do what you gotta do. Do the missions assigned to you. At least once you start having missions. Probably will be some time until you do have your first mission. You gotta train. And training tends to take a long time. As the door slides open, you go into what looks like a dojo of some kind. And you see he goes up to a wall, and then out of the wall, it looks just like within your dream, where you see the armor and the weapons. And he goes up, he takes out a set of armor, and then he goes to give it to you. This will be a light armor. Go ahead and put it on. Oh wait, you probably don't know how to put this on, huh? And he goes and helps you out. As he helps you out, he looks at you. He's like, "All right, you're probably gonna want something light, right? You know what? Actually, instead of that, we're just gonna keep you with the armor, and then we're going to." And you see he turns off the armory, and you see it kind of fades back into the wall. And as he does so, he goes over to the other side, and he presses a button, and you see multiple crates open up. You see a monkey bars kind of pop up, and you see something to climb over. He's like, we're gonna see how agile you are and how good you are at evading things. All right, sound good?
All right.
Or do you think that you can handle this? That's a yes, I'm assuming?
Yes.
Alright. He smiles at you. Let us see what you can do, shall we? As he goes over to another panel in the wall, it slides open, and then he pulls out what looks like a gun of some kind. And then you see him twist it 5 times. It's like, alright, I'm gonna shoot you once, and you see he shoots you. Let me see. 16. You feel a slight shock to your body, and it's sudden, but it didn't hurt too much. It was just like a shock. And he looks at you. He's like, "How'd that feel?"
Ow.
All right. Well, what you're gonna do is you're gonna go through this route, and you see he literally says, like, you're just gonna make a circle, go up those bars, climb across them, climb up that little thing right there, jump off of it, and then run back over here, zigzag through these things right here. I don't want you to touch them at all, and throughout the entire time, I'm gonna be shooting you. Sound good?
Okay.
All right. So get ready. Get set. And go. As you begin to run. We're gonna do a little. First thing, we're gonna do an athletics check. So I guess I'm rolling for all of these. I'm sorry, you can't roll these. So first thing for the athletics check, that is a 17. 17, you're able to rush over towards the bars and hop up onto the bars. How do you want to climb across these bars? Are you like just monkey bars going across them, or are you gonna try to like lift yourself up on top of them and then climb over them? Or
He's gonna run on top of them.
Okay. I'm going to roll another athletics with a critical. You're able to easily fling yourself up on top, and then acrobatically run across them. You almost slip on the last one, and then you go and fall. With a crit, you actually are able to barrel roll down off of the monkey bars and then begin to climb up. With another crit, jeez. Climb up, get on top of the little like mountain climbing thing, and then you slide down it with an 8. You're doing pretty well. You slide down it and go over to the zigzag area. You do hit it a few times, and when you hit it, you hear a and you are able to dodge out of the way of one of those stuns. And then you hear another one, but you're able to dodge out of the way, and this time you're able to start zigzagging through, and you get to the end of it. Is like, good job, next lap, go! And then you continue to go. Ooh, natural 1. You rush up and you go to climb up like you did on the monkey bars, but the first one you're not able to actually lift yourself up like you did before, and you feel yourself swing back down. Cocked. Oh, natural 1. You swing back down and you go to try to grab onto another one, and then you lose your grip and you fall to the ground. And he's like, don't be falling! And then you hear another shot come at you. You're able to dodge out of the way of it, and then you go to leap up, and you're able to grab back onto it. And let's see if you're able to climb across. You are able to climb across. Not on top this time, but you're able to get to the little like climber, and then you go to climb up it. You're able to climb up it, not as fast this time, and now I need to roll an endurance check. Okay, you're good. You're not too tired. You're able to get up on top of the climber and then slide back down really easily, and then go over to the zigzag. The zigzagging, you're doing a little bit better now, taking it slower, but your form is much better. And this time he fires again. You're able to dodge out of the way and continue doing the zigzags, and then you do get shot again, and this time it shocks you, but you're able to push through and get to the next end. He's like, all right, and then he goes and puts his hand out for you to stop, and he looks at you. He's like, good work, and he goes and pats you on the back. How you feeling?
I'm a little tired.
You're not much of a talker, are you?
Not really. Still new to talking with multiple people.
Still new to talking. Oh, that'll change, don't worry. You're gonna be talking to a lot of people, alright? It's important.
Okay.
Okay, let's choose your weapon. What kind of weapon do you think that you're gonna want? Have you seen weapons before? Have you used weapons before?
I've seen many, but I've never used any.
Alright, I'm gonna give you a... let's go with a pistol. He goes over and he opens up the armory, and then he pulls out a little pistol, and he goes and hands it over to you. But right before he hands it over to you, he's like, first off, here is the proper form to holding this kind of weapon, okay? And he goes and helps you hold it, and then he also goes to help you check that it's loaded. And as he does so, he shows you all the mechanical hardware of this pistol. And then he gives it to you. He's like, do you understand now? I'm giving you a weapon
Yes.
that can kill someone. And as he does this, I'm going to roll you a mechanics check. As you hold it, you kind of hold it towards the ground, but as you're holding it towards the ground, you're holding it directly at your foot, and he's just like, okay, let's hold it at over here, okay? And he moves it away from it being aimed at your foot. You want to make sure that it's not aiming towards anyone, okay? Especially your foot, because your foot, you need to walk, right? That's what your foot is for. Oh, okay. Anyways, so what we're gonna do is he presses onto a panel, and then you see on the other end of the dojo area, you see what looks like targets beginning to form. It's like, we're gonna have you do some target practice. And suddenly the door to the dojo slides open and closed. And you see coming inside is Father, walking inside slowly up to you both. It's like, Father! Hello, Rex. How is he doing? Well, I've given him a caliber pistol, so we'll see how well he does with this one. I see. Alright. Let us see it. And with that, you go to aim. Let's see. Do you have any skills, like any good skills? You got a target practice. You got something. Here, I'll use target practice for this. You fire off a shot directly at one of the targets, and you hit the target, and they just watch carefully. You go and reload. You hit the same target, but even closer to the bullseye. You hit another target. Wow, jeez. I don't know what's going on with my rolls. You hit the same target, but not closer to the bullseye. Oh my gosh. I need to roll a different dice. That's cocked. That's better. You fire off again, and this time it hits the bullseye directly. Again, hitting another bullseye. Again, hitting another bullseye, and then as you go and shoot again, it kind of makes a noise, and you're not sure why it's not firing anymore. It's like, oh, Rex comes up. The gun is out of ammo. This is a projectile type gun. It's not an energy-based gun. If you want an energy-based gun, you're gonna have to work your way up to it. All right.
Albert looks up at Rex with a smile. That was fun.
Oh, you like that? Do you want this kind of gun?
Yes.
And he looks over towards Father, and Father looks at you. He's like, you like firing off shots, I see. How was he on his assessment of his physicality? Well, it seemed like he was pretty agile. He was quick. And he did really well at the end there. When I was firing at him, his form completely shifted from the first time that he went around to the second time. The second time, though, like at the very beginning, he kind of struggled a little bit. I think he was getting a little winded, but I could see some promise in this boy. All right. And he looks down and is like, Father looks down at you, and then looks you up, like literally like scans your entire body, analyzes you, and it says, we're gonna call you Caliber, since you enjoyed shooting that gun. Maybe you'll be able to shoot more guns in the future.
Yes. Yes.
Good. And he smiles. Well then, if that is the case, I know how we're going to focus on him. I want him to be one of the best sharpshooters in our coalition. Understood, Rex? Sharpshooter, got it. Teach him everything you know. And then, once Rex is done with you, I'll teach you what I know. Sound good, Caliber?
Yes, Father.
Good. You see him extend his arm out, places it on your shoulder, and you can't help but remember that dream you had where you walked down the hall and then kneeled before him, and he told you to arise. And as you look at him, you get this sense of your own identity being formed, of who you are manifesting. And then, as you are sitting there, you look over and you look up at Hunter Black. And Hunter Black is listening carefully. And then he says, Hunter X. Huh. I think I remember Hunter Rex.
You two work together?
Huh. Work together? No. I usually work alone. But I remember him being one of Father's better recruits. So you must have a good shot on you, don't you?
Can't remember the last time I missed.
Funny. Well, thanks for sharing that. I guess. It's kind of sad. To hear about how you didn't know your father or mother. But the fact that you had a mother, Redicon blood, is different. It means something. We are all children of Evemore, but to truly have that physicality taken away from you and never being able to feel it, I guess you were never really truly Redicon ever since. That's why I think it's sad. Anyways, we got ourselves some stories that we went through, and you see him stand up. I'm gonna go rest. Feel free to rest yourself. And you see him.
Got a spare room, or am I sleeping right here?
Spare room is right over there to your right. He motions over toward the door. You go over the door, slides open, and as it slides open, you see it looks like a mat on the ground that is extended, and then you see what looks like it looks like an indent into the wall and an altar there. And then you also see a closet door. You go over to the closet door and you open it up, and you see an actual like bed mattress that falls down as you open it up. But yeah, you rest. You rest, Caliber?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. As you sit there, what are you doing?
Caliber's gonna sit down and try to figure out how the heck the mental telepathy works.
Okay. I would like you. No, I have to roll. I keep forgetting.
Don't get very many technical issues, do you?
I don't like the technical issues.
Alright, well, I'm gonna have you roll a discipline. We'll check. Yeah, I rolled a natural 1.
Oh god.
You try to do this. You have no idea. Out of it.
I'm just gonna accidentally summon one of the freaking demons back from the cave on accident. Please tell me I did not just predict the future.
Oh, Caliber. Caliber.
Did I actually? Oh god.
As you are focusing on this, you suddenly get this feeling coming from the altar behind you. You look back at it, and you feel this dark presence looming.
Uh-oh. Is there any physical form for this time?
You don't see
Or is
any.
it just the
You
presence?
don't see any physical form, but you feel this presence that just is there.
Oh. Listen, if you want me to gouge out my eyes again, I'm not doing it. The words are gone. We don't need to deal with that anymore.
You suddenly hear. And then you see everything begins to darken around you. As it darkens, you see a shadowy figure flow around, teeth sharp, grinning. And you see these green eyes that appear.
Why, hello there. You're a new one, but I believe I have seen you before.
You are not at all who I thought you would be. Nor are you the person I was trying to talk to.
You are...
And you see it poof right next to you. It's like,
You just told a very sad story, didn't you?
How about you introduce yourself first, and then we'll start talking a bit easier.
My apologies, my apologies!
you see he appears backward, and then you see like these arms extend out of his shadowy like ghostly form, and he bows before you. He's like,
I am Premius, the Broken.
Premius the Broken.
Yes. And you are... You
For now, you can call me the Hunter.
are the hunter.
and you see flows around you. Who's like,
The hunter, you aren't a part of Marriott. You aren't connected to Mother. But you are a pure blood. You're sad and you're broken. I love you!
he goes and wraps his arms around you, and as he wraps his arms around you, I'm gonna have you roll another discipline check.
gotcha.
Roll a 4. That is plus 10. Wait, no, that's plus 11. You haven't updated this part. Let me update that for you. It's plus 11. That's a 15 total. Okay, you're good. You're good. You feel as he wraps his arms around you, you suddenly get this vision of your mother holding on to you. And as she's holding on to you, you look up and you see your father looking at you. And as he looks at you, he says a name to you. And the name is muffled. It sounds like... And then you come back to as he lets go of you. He's like,
you can't remember your own name. Your own Retacon name. The name that Evemore gave you. You are so precious.
You just go around finding very sad people and hugging them.
Oh, no. I come about when Evemore's children are broken. And I come to you in your broken state so that you can feel me more. Doesn't this feel like you want to just go around and shout from the rooftops that you are lost?
and you see his eyes beginning to shut tightly. What do you do?
Why would I just start yelling for no reason?
Just yelling for no reason. You are a victim. You are a victim of all that comes around you. Why would you not want to yell?
Because yelling doesn't help anything. It only muddles everything else.
Oh, you Moriat. You Moriat, Arvisk, Gorask, Shorask, whatever you are. Why do you not feel? Why do you hold it all back?
Why? Well, don't got time to.
You're disconnected from her. You're disconnected from her. This is so sad. This is so horrible.
You see him look around. He's like,
You're talking about the.
Fogiver? Fogiver? Are you here? Fogiver?
Other. Huh?
Castinian? Are you here?
What?
Where are you headed? Where is this vessel headed?
Why?
I need to
That's
know.
my business.
No. I will know. You tell me. You tell me now.
What, are you gonna send some, inquisitor because I don't understand what you're talking about?
Inquisitor,
Yeah, heretic.
I don't understand what you're talking about.
What? What are you talking about? You said the name Father.
I didn't say father, I said Foggerer.
Fogger?
Fogger-ver.
Fogger.
Yes.
The fuck is that?
That is the sinful.
The sinful.
Yes. He can help you express what you're feeling inside.
You're trying to send a therapist after me.
Why would I send a therapist? You're a weird
So
one.
you're like,
I don't know if I like
Clearly.
talking to you. You need to
That's
be connected
understandable.
back to Evemore. You need to return to a world where Evemore's presence resides. How do we get you there?
Caliber's just gonna point at the altar. Is that not good enough?
Where are we?
Deep space.
What is that, though? That is an altar.
Yeah, last I checked.
It is.
And he moves towards it.
It is. Strong.
And you see he goes and presses onto it. And it's like,
Evemore's will is here.
And perhaps she sent you after me. Who knows? 'Cause I sure as hell didn't ask for you to be here.
Oh, this is so good.
and he looks at you.
Oh, God.
Give me a moment.
You see him disappear, and the darkness fades away. As it fades away, you hear the ship kind of a little bit more than usual, and then you hear, Caliber, are you there? Hello?
Hello? Hello?
Why did I feel disconnected from you?
I may have fucked up.
You
I was
may
trying
have.
to contact.
I felt. Did an entity come to you? And was an entity? What was entity?
I think they were a messenger of Evemore or something. They kept going on about her. But I was trying to contact you, and I think I might have pulled them into existence.
Do you know the name? Did it give you a name?
Yes, but it was kind of hard to hear over his laughter, so I think it was something unbroken. Broken? Something broken? I think they said they find broken Redicon and try to.
The broken is an Evemore embodiment of the dusk. I'm not sure how much you know of your own kind and how Evemore works, but it
I know little to nothing about Evemore, but I've heard of dusk before.
it feeds off of broken emotions or brokenness within your kind.
I must be an all-around buffet then. Damn.
Well,
He's kind of disappeared. Like he went over and crawled into a shrine of Evemore or something.
where are you? Are you on that already?
We're still on our way there.
Who are you with?
Hunter Black. I'm still on his pod.
Right, Hunter Black. And he's a Redicon?
Well, seeing that he's
You
Then
know
you're past
he is
zealot.
he is a Redicon because he has said that we Redicon are loyal. So
I know. I was just gonna be like, oh yeah, seeing that he's damn near past zealotry for Evemore, I'm pretty sure he is.
and she's like, all right. If that is the case, be very careful. Sorry, I had to sneeze for a second. She's like, if you are in that kind of dark presence, then it's going to try to manipulate you.
I think it was trying to get me to. I think it tried to get my true name and then also tried to get me to convert back to Evemore.
Right. Convert you back to Evemore. Okay, well, as I said before, the Fleet Titan Visceral returned to the harbor. The thing is, though, we cannot find the Formless.
Isn't there like some weird guardian magic y'all could try to pull or something?
I am not a guardian.
I know you're not, but you have guardian connections.
I know of a technology that could potentially figure out who is formless and who is not, but the issue with that, though, is that we're like pulling needles out of a haystack, and also I can't necessarily go myself to get the technology. Asla already left with her squadron to go to Thet. You are going to get there before them, but
Just as we planned.
just as we planned, yes, but they are very adamant about rescuing the hunter. I mean, the hunter, the champion. Too many, the hunter, the doctor, the champion.
I bet. They probably feel responsible for the champion's confinement.
Right. I can't necessarily do much to help in this situation.
And then, if I'm not mistaken, didn't Nameless Blade say that y'all time traveled from the past, right?
Nameless Blade, Fia, and Neftenvo did. They time traveled specifically to come to get me.
So there's no telling y'all to sending word to the past and telling them to prevent the Nameless from being made, but oh well. Wait,
Prevent the Formless
do
from
that?
being made? Or
yeah.
There's history behind the Formless that is kind of hard to get into.
So, no.
Plus, time travel is not a good idea at all. That is something that comes at the last resort, And the last resort is usually the worst thing.
Okay.
That would probably have the
What
most
about-
detrimental consequences, to be honest.
Oh, it definitely will. I just figured I'd probably get rid of the facility and change a few other things along with it.
But, you know, maybe I could probably go, I don't know how. I have to be very careful. Especially with Proto being gone. We don't know where Proto is at. We don't know who works with the architect. This benefactor.
Listen, if you think it's too dangerous to pull off, then we can throw the idea out the window.
Suddenly, everything goes dark again.
God damn it. Are you back?
You hear,
So you are going to vet?
Did you just walk across the hall or something, or what?
Oh, I did a little thingy. What is this presence I feel?
I don't know, you just said you felt the presence of some other.
No. No.
and you see he begins to spiral around you, and spiral around your head. And then you see his claws beginning to tap at your head.
Hey, quit that.
I feel a presence in you. Why does it feel so against me?
I don't know. You do look kind of creepy. It would be natural to have a natural disposition to you.
No. You don't understand. This feels different. This feels foreign. This feels like it's against me, but foreign. Usually when I feel something against me, it's the dawn. But you're holding something. You have something in your head. Is this what's disconnecting you from Evemore?
I have a lot of things in my head, most of which you probably don't want to look at. And I honestly, how many times? There's probably just another demon in my head again.
A demon?
Yeah, you know, those weird things.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Calvert describes the freaking desk. Did we say it was a desk one that he saw in the caves?
The one that told you to gouge your eyes out?
Yes.
Yes.
That one.
Yes.
Yeah, Calvert describes that to the broken.
And he's like, oh, that sounds like... Huh. That sounds like... Castine! Castine, are you there? Are you there?
And he begins to poke and prod at your head.
Hey, don't touch people without permission.
Oh, he's not there, is he? You need to do something. You need to do something that's gonna bring him about.
What?
Like you did with
What,
me! Oh, wait. Pray. Pray at the altar.
You want me to pray at the altar?
Yes. Pray for...
I didn't pray at the altar to bring you out.
Well, you did something. You opened up a gateway.
How the hell did I open up a gateway just trying to freaking talk to someone else?
Are you talking to the one that I feel the foreign coming from you? Is that what this is?
Yeah, that foreign is probably leftover residue from being purified? Is that what they called it? And whatever, I had some weird Nugonian shit happen to me, and
Nugonian. They probe into your mind?
several times.
And
But I got purified from it
you
every
got
time.
purified?
Like twice after.
Like, like a cleansing?
Yes, that's how they worded it.
Oh, and he comes over towards you.
You're probably just sensing the residue from that.
And who cleansed you?
It was only, I don't know, some freaking, I think their name was Nim Timbo. I think they were a guardian. That's what they said they were.
And you see him reel back. It's like,
Is that where the foreign is coming from? Oh, this makes more sense now. Photonic has always been against our mother. Photonic
But
has always been wanting to make sure that mother doesn't get to have us.
wait. They said that Platonic was friends with Evemore.
Platonic is against Evemore ever since the time in which Evemore was doing all she could, all she wanted to do. All she wanted to do was have a little fun. But no. He just had to complain. And then Photonic comes in and thinks that he is the greatest of them all. He is not. They are all equal. They should consider themselves equal. Maybe that's why. Oh. Okay. Bye-bye.
and you see he vanishes.
Oh, shit.
As he vanishes, the door slides open, and you see Hunter Black step inside.
How long have you been standing outside the door?
I just walked up.
You just what?
You see him walk over towards the bed that you brought out, and you see him lift it back up into the closet and then look at the altar. And then he looks back at you. You in contact with something?
I'm sorry, Matt. You're gonna have to say that again.
You in contact with something?
I think I might have accidentally brought an aspect of Evemore into the room? Or something, like a messenger, I think.
He looks you up.
We're gonna have to have a chat about Evemore.
He looks you up and down and is like, "You want to chat about Evemore?"
Yeah, we're probably gonna need to.
Aren't you
Because frankly,
disconnected from Evemore?
That's what the weird thing said to me.
Then how, in the void, did you connect with an entity?
Listen, I've spent a lot of time with Negodians, and they kind of rubbed some stuff off on me, I guess. I don't know. Like, my last job was freaking working for a guy that could somehow talk to gods and send himself through the multiverse.
Huh.
So maybe there's some stuff rubbed off on me, I guess. I don't know.
And he walks over towards the altar. You see him place his hand on the wall behind it. And then he says, "You didn't touch back here, did you?"
Nope. I have not even been on that side of the room yet.
Whatever you do, don't touch back here. Understood?
Is you're gonna have to explain
Do
why.
you understand? I don't have to explain shit to you. Do you understand?
Sure, don't touch the back of the altar.
Good. If you want to talk about Evemore, you can come back out here. But in the meantime, I need to let you know we got a situation. And you see he begins to walk out.
Fuck. I think Caliber's just gonna start walking after him.
You walk out after him. And as he walks over to the cockpit, he takes you over. And as he does so, he goes and switches something on, and you see what looks like a holographic display appears, and as it appears, it shows what looks like Admiral Volton, and it says, "Hunter Black, we have a situation. We are returning to the harbor, or have returned to the harbor, in hopes to make sure that things run smoothly. Our plans are changing a bit due to unforeseen circumstances. Montezelic is alive. And we have him in custody. We are going to be figuring out a way in which our plans come to alignment. I hope that where you are headed, things go well. Remember that Squad 119 is on an infiltration mission there on Thet, and they are to exterminate a certain Cortexian informant that is rumored to be within the counter-command fortress there on Thet. I want to make sure that you can get Caliber to contact Squad 119 and stop them from executing this directive. Or at least halt them momentarily as we negotiate with Montezelic. Thank you. Please do what you can to relay this message to Caliber.
I'm right here.
It fades away. Yes, you are right here. That's why I just showed you the message.
God damn it, that was a message? Fuck, I thought that was a call. God. Caliber is going to frickin' punched the side of the pod.
I
How
thought
is
you
that
said
bastard
that-
still alive?
I thought you said that Montezelic is dead.
He was. I put 2 holes in his brain myself.
How is he alive then?
I don't fucking know. Fucking cloning, I guess? I don't know. Damn it. Fucking hell. Entire squad died killing him and he's still alive?
Yeah, I don't know.
I would.
And you see him look down, he's like, Montezelic is supposed to be dead.
I watched someone that could cave in mountains kill him. How the hell did he survive?
I'm not too sure. But you heard the Admiral, right?
Yeah. Once we land, I'll try to get in contact with 119.
Are you actually going to get in contact with 119? And you see him look at you.
Wouldn't be the first time a contract's added extra steps to something.
Yes, but do you really want to halt on killing that informant?
I don't know. This is their job. That's our new orders.
Very well. Once we get there, I'll make sure that you have a secure line directly to contacting Squad 119. That way they don't get screwed up in their mission. Alright. I figure you should maybe rest, not inside that chamber anymore, but out inside the open area where the sofas are at. You're gonna need
I'm
it.
pretty sure that room is haunted now by whatever the hell that entity was. But before I go to sleep, you're gonna tell me about Evemore,
Tell you about you.
right?
What do you want to know?
Yeah. The entity said something about... let's see. The fact that she tried to get into a fight with Platonic. Let's just start there.
She tried to get into a fight with Voltonic? That's the first I've heard of
Yeah.
anything. All I can tell
Okay.
you about Evemore is that currently she's going through a bit of a tossing and turning. But order is coming. And it's needed right now.
The pulsing and turning. Is that?
You ever heard about the dusk and the dawn?
I've heard of Duskborn. Been in contact with one somehow.
The Duskian entities aren't. They're not exactly what I'm talking about. I'm talking about the dawn and the dusk of Evemore. It's not only. It's the phases of her being, of her essence. And right now, they're at war with one another.
Oh, so she's about to wake up on the wrong side of the bed.
She has been waking up on the wrong side of the bed for over a century now. The thing is that each side thinks that they are better for Evemore. One side has had a hold on her beauty sleep for millennia, many millennia, since even before the core became the core. And then the other side is trying to show that there's a better way. There's a more unified way. It's a difficult topic, especially for one like, and he looks at you up and down, yourself. I could teach you more if you're willing, but to do so, you're gonna need to have some initiation trials if you really want to learn more about your kind.
Well, if I'm to deal with this entity, then I'm probably going to need to learn more.
Well, I'll be... Sounds like I got myself an apprentice. He smiles at you underneath his helmet. Well, Hunter Caliber, what do you say? I teach you about Evemore, and you become a full-fledged Redicon through and through. He puts his hand out to you. To shake it. Something just happened. I just heard a pop.
No, nothing on my end.
Okay. Must have been something else. But yeah.
Yeah.
Do you shake it, or what do you do?
This does not mean I'm converting. I just need to know whatever the hell this entity is.
Who said anything about converting? You're already pure blood yourself. And he smacks you on the chest, and he says, "You said it yourself. You had parents. You wouldn't be converting. You'd be finding who you are. Who you truly are."
Fine. Is there like some religious text I gotta read or something?
No, not at all. All you gotta do is pay attention and follow. And as he says that, he looks out into space and he says, "Order is coming, Caliber. We're gonna find ourselves in the middle of it. And when we do, Evemore will bless us. And you'll find that her blessings truly mean loyalty." And with that, we are going to end entry 4 there.
Why do I sense another crossover about to happen? Oh no.
Another crossover? Well, you are going to Thet, which is literally like overrun by Redicon core command officers, and they made the world is very close to how like Moria is too. So you're about to like go into like a group of your people. It makes sense.
Oh gosh.
Oh gods.
Calvin and Rock are gonna go on a little Redicon adventure, I guess.
Oh, maybe we'll see. We'll see what happens. Rock is already in the middle of it, and
oh no.
yeah. So we'll see what happens. But thank you all for listening to entry 4 of The Hunter. I really enjoyed this one. I liked how it tied into the whole idea of finding who you truly are, Caliver. At first, it was like you didn't know who you were, so then you got a new family with your backstory, and then now it's like you're returning to the roots of who you are, potentially moving forward. So this is it's gonna get deep. But yeah, thank you all for listening to The Hunter, and if death comes to you, may you be reborn in power. And credits. I thank you for listening to The Hunter. If you're curious about the greater implications happening in the background, keep up to date by listening to the New Age campaign as well. Also, if you want to be reborn yourself, you can subscribe as a chosen to access chosen creation and exclusive codex entries. Until next time, travelers, be safe, stay safe, and if death comes to you, may you be reborn in power.